At Pocono International Raceway, NASCAR on TNT with coverage of the Pennsylvania 500 presented by Pep Boys. Those are the big jet engines strapped to the back of trucks that we use as good old giant-sized hair dryers, blow dryers.
That's exactly what they are, giant-sized hair dryers. We don't need even the small ones. I don't need the small ones, but this racetrack is 2.5 miles around. It needs all it can get.
No, but if you did need one, it'd be a big one.
Oh, yeah. Got a big head, just no hair on it.
And they're going to roll all the equipment out there and try and disperse this water and get it dried up as quickly as we can. But while we're standing still, let's take you back to yesterday's action here at Pocono. An ARCA Series race highlighted the day, but a familiar face dominated the action. That red number 19 is Casey Atwood behind the wheel of a Ray Evernham Dodge. Led the final 10 laps to score the victory. It was his first ever ARCA race, wasn't it? You're not sure?
I don't know.
Bill, I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. Was I right?
Let's just ask the race winner, Casey Atwood. Was that your first ever ARCA race?
Yeah, that was. I never tried to attempt that. I've tried the trucks, and of course I ran Busch, but I guess I've run them all now.
Yeah, so why did you attempt that?
Well, we just had a lot of stuff we wanted to try, some engine parts, some other chassis stuff that we wanted to do, and didn't really want to run it over here yet because we didn't know what it was going to do, and didn't want to rent a track and just run laps by ourselves. We wanted to put it in a real race competition, see how it would hold up, and I think everything went real well.
Friends of yours back here trying to say hello. Let me ask you this then. You were running real well, and then all of a sudden you ended up at the back of the field, and then you came back to the front. What was up with all that mess?
Well, the caution come out, and everybody pitted behind me. We stayed out, and we couldn't make it on fuel. We had to go to lap 47 to make it on fuel. So we ran like 3 more laps of caution, made it to lap 47, came in, and had to start in the back. And luckily, I mean, the leader stretched it out on us a couple of times just because we were stuck back in traffic, and we got some cautions and bunched everybody back up, and was able to get back to the front.
Ray Evernham told me on Friday, Casey, that this has not been easy for you. It has been a struggle at times this season. For you to run that ARCA race and do well would be a big boost to your confidence. Do you feel that way?
It has. It was a lot of confidence yesterday. I mean, it's the beginning part of last season and the beginning part of this season. It was a real big struggle for us. We picked it up last year at the end, and I think we're going to start picking it up in the second half of this season. But I hadn't won anything since '99 and since Busch, so it was big to come back yesterday and work with the old 19 team. Sammy Johns was the crew chief over there yesterday, and Sirius and all the people were involved with that, and Dodge and everybody, so it was good to get a win.
How about your car here in the Pennsylvania 500?
Well, we hadn't got a lot of time to see yet. We got that little short green right there, and I was really loose. And we were good yesterday in happy hour, a little bit tight, but I could come off the corners pretty good. And we're just real loose right now, but we get it tightened up and get the race in, we'll be fine.
Okay, congratulations on your win, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Casey Atwood. Alan?
All right, Bill, yesterday, a couple of Winston Cup drivers had a little extra activity added to their weekend. Jerry Nadeau and Ricky Craven traveled over to Akron, Ohio to take part in one of racing's great traditions, the All-American Soapbox Derby. Had a little heat race, Nadeau in the green car, edging out Craven in a photo finish. Look at that. A lot of fun.
Oh my God. I'm a soapbox girl.
That's a great way to start the weekend.
Then Jerry and Ricky turn the track over to the real stars of the day, young men and women who have worked all year to get to the final stages of the 65th edition of the Derby. You never know. You might see one of these youngsters here at Pocono one day, racing a Winston Cup car. That's a lot of fun. Dave is with one of the participants in yesterday's race.
That's right, Alan, and he was a participant back at his home in Danbury, Connecticut, too, which I guess you can do if you have a hill that they race on near your house, because they never did that back in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So how fun was that when you were 9 years old racing Soapbox Derby?
It was pretty cool. I mean, we have Soapbox Derby every year at Danbury, and when I was 8, 9, we bought a car and we put it together, me and my dad. We didn't know how to cheat, and obviously back then a lot of guys cheated and got to win, but this year, I mean, at this time, you know, they're just like NASCAR, and you got 25 templates putting on these Soapbox Derby cars, and we had a good time. Me and Ricky and Todd Zegedy went out there yesterday in Akron, Ohio, and got to hand the trophies out to all the winners, and it was pretty exciting being there because I'd never had a chance to go there, and I wanted to when I was young, so it was pretty neat.
So where did this fit into your passion for racing? I know you race a lot of other stuff too, but where did Soapbox Derby fit in terms of giving you a desire to move on in it?
Well, I raced go-karts before I even did the soapbox derby, and I think it was another challenge that I wanted to do. I was young, I was a kid. I was racing go-karts when I was 5, 6 years old, and then we decided to build this kit, me and my dad, and we, it was just something that I wanted to do just to say that I did it. But I read magazines that all the top drivers got to go to Akron, Ohio, and my goal was to win. And they obviously only took 2 drivers. And we finished 3rd, and I missed it by 1 spot. But it was all in all, it's fun for the kids. It's fun for the families. I'm glad NASCAR is involved in the program, and I think it's going to be a big boost.
And how fun was it to participate yesterday and be involved in that?
It was good. Me and Ricky and Ty got to race. We went down the hill. I won a trophy, which was cool. I'm able to brag about it. Ricky protested. He said I crossed the line. And he had photos to prove it, but he didn't win because I thought that he went to Kinko's and just kind of messed around with the photos a little bit. But
that would be cheating.
Yeah, and Ricky's kind of, he was a little upset that I won. He tried to do everything he did to win, but all in all, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people from New Hampshire on his side, a lot of people from Danbury, Connecticut. So it was a good time, and hopefully, looks like the sun's coming out. Looks like we'll be out there soon.
Well, so he gets a trophy from Soapbox Derby. He gets a new ride in his number 44 Dodge. It's been an okay week for Jerry Nadeau. Marty?
Well, Dave, I am hanging with Robby Gordon, who is chilling, literally, his feet in the cooler down there. Because remember, he has the big old ankle. Look at that. That is a melon, Gordon.
Yeah, she's a little sore, but didn't seem to bother me too much when we were out there. Car was a little bit loose getting in. I was able to work the throttle pretty good with my right foot. A little tentative on braking, so we're going to put a little insert in my foot so I can push on the brake pedal a little bit harder.
So a tough guy like you, I'm sure you've driven with worse than this, haven't you?
I don't think so. I think I broke a toe or something and raced motocross the next day or something like that, a long time ago when I was young and tough.
Yeah.
But, nowadays, this is probably the biggest mistake I've made in a long time in my racing career. And went out with the guys yesterday having a little bit of fun with the singular wireless crew and got a little over anxious.
Well, tell us about the motorcycle. That was a big jump from what I understand.
Yeah, it was a little jump, but actually I landed on top of the next one and kind of what they call case it, landed on the frame and didn't land on any suspension, so my ankles took it all. We were having a lot of fun out there, and fortunate enough nobody else got hurt, and we'll be able to recover from this.
But the car is pretty good out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, car was real good. We decided to change 4 tires there. A lot of guys took 2 tires, which is not really a big deal because they've got 25 laps on those set of tires. And I think it'll come to us. We probably lost 6, 8 positions in that last pit stop, but we'll be okay in the long run.
All right, I played basketball, when I was in my youth, and I've seen ankles like that before. You'll be okay.
All right, cool, thanks.
All right, Matt?
Well, Marty, down here at the 43 truck, I've caught up with John Andretti and inside the top 20. How was your race car in the clouds?
It was pretty good. We were running 6th there, I guess, when all the pit stops came around, and we didn't get the strategy like some of those other guys. Hats off to them, but I think we'll be okay. The car's running pretty good, and the weather changing is obviously going to change the racetrack, and then we'll see how it goes. But like everybody says, if the rain stays away, yoo-hoo, we all want to get it in today. Unfortunately, it's out of our control.
Now, the Andretti family has such a rich racing history in this area. Uncle Mario, Michael living down in Nazareth and the such. Now, I'm told when you were a young boy that you won a race here, but you didn't walk away with the trophy, a go-kart race, and I'm told your cousin Michael took home the trophy. What happened on that?
We were running the big nationals here at the go-karts, and I had a flat tire about halfway through the race, and I pitted to fix it, and we couldn't get the tire off, so I went ahead and ran with the tire, and they kept showing me the black flag with the orange dot, which just means I have a problem with my equipment, and I just kept driving.
Typical driver response, just keep driving.
Well, it wasn't anything wrong. I was keeping up. Matter of fact, I was beating him still, and he'd pass me, and then I'd pass him back. Well, in the last lap, he set me up, and he passed me, and then he blew a right rear tire. So I easily beat him to the line, and then they came in, and after everything was said and done, they gave him the trophy, of course, which he took no problem, and after the whole thing was said and done, they gave me the win, and he wasn't going to give the trophy back, so they had to make a second one up.
He never gave you the trophy?
No, when you're that age, I would say when I was that age, which, I haven't grown too much, but, it's a big deal to get a trophy, especially when it's almost as tall as you are. So he kept that one, but they engraved my name on mine, so to prove that I was the one that won the race. And I know Michael disputed, but that's all right. He's got other races that he won that I think I beat him at.
A win here today, that trophy would mean a little more, or would the old go-kart trophy mean more?
I don't even know where the old go-kart trophy is anymore. This one definitely mean a lot more. I'd love to, get back in the winner's circle. We know where it's at least here we do, because we have driver intros at it. So I know where to pull in at. It's right by my pit stall. All my guys are located good. So I'd love to see that happen. But, we still have a long way to go, and we'll see how it all turns out.
Well, Alan, 114 races have passed since John Andretti last went to victory lane on the flat track at Martinsville.
You got to teach John a lesson here. He said Michael might dispute it, but John was the one that had the microphone of the national television network at the moment. Michael can't talk back.
That's true. He didn't have to bring Michael into the picture. Just, I beat Michael.
Yeah.
Hey,
look at this. Sky's getting bright. I actually see sunshine. This is good. Hopefully we can get this thing dried out quickly, and we'll get the Pennsylvania 500 back underway.